They say you're distant, detached, cold. They tell you to open up more, be more affectionate, let someone in. And maybe you even started to believe them. Maybe you've asked yourself, why do I feel so far away from everything? Why can't I relax, even when I'm safe? Why does love feel like danger? Let me tell you something that might change everything. You're not cold. You're protecting yourself. Emotional shutdown is not the absence of love. It's the presence of fear. Fear of being disappointed. Fear of being hurt. Again. Fear that if you do let someone in, they'll see your softness and use it against you. So instead, you disconnect. You become analytical, logical, controlled. You convince yourself that you don't need much. That independence is your strength. That love is a luxury, not a need. But underneath all that, there's still a heart that aches, a body that flinches when someone gets too close, a soul that still craves connection, but has learned to armor up before it can be broken. This is how emotional self-protection works. It's not obvious. It doesn't always look like running away. Sometimes it looks like a soft smile and a wall that no one can see. You show up. You're kind. You're present. But you're not there. And no one knows that the reason you seem emotionally unavailable is because you've been emotionally overwhelmed for years. Let's go back just for a moment. Maybe you once opened your heart fully. Maybe you once loved recklessly, fearlessly, innocently. And maybe that love was met with betrayal, or silence, or abandonment. So your body, not your mind, made a decision. Never again. Not in words, but in responses. You started pulling back before anyone could reach you. You stopped trusting your instincts. You ignored the warmth in your chest and listened instead to the panic in your gut. And little by little, you stopped feeling safe in closeness. But here's the truth you may need to hear. You are not broken. You are not cold. You are not incapable of love. You are protecting the most tender parts of you. The parts that didn't feel seen. The parts that got hurt when you were still learning how to love. The parts that said, if being open means pain, then maybe I'll stay closed. And honestly, that's wisdom. That's survival. That's strength. But strength can become a cage, and walls can keep love out just as much as they keep pain out. So maybe the question is no longer, why am I so distant? But instead, what made closeness feel so unsafe? Because you don't need to force yourself to open up. You don't need to rush into vulnerability just to prove you're not cold. You just need to give yourself permission to heal slowly, to feel again, safely, to trust again, one moment at a time. And when the right person shows up, they won't call you cold. They'll understand that your silence is a story, that your distance is a memory, and that your heart has always been trying to protect you the best way it knew how. If this touched something in you, stay with me, because in the next episode we'll talk about why you chase emotionally unavailable people, and how that pattern begins with a single emotional wound. Hit subscribe so you don't miss it, because your heart is not too much. It's just waiting for something safe enough to beat for. I'm glad you're here. See you in the next chapter of Decode Love.